Honestly, I am incredibly fortunate. I have a group of guys around me that really keep me grounded, keep me safe, keep me humble, keep me encouraged. But no matter how often we talk, there is always the inescapable loneliness and private time where the dark voices can come. Before I go any further, I'm several years into this, okay? I'm almost 15 years into recovery, married 23 years. I love so much of my life. There are some things I do not love. And if we were to sit down and have a glass of bourbon or whiskey together, I would share some of those things that I don't love. I've never, in any blog, tried to appear someone I'm not. I'm not going to tell you it's all roses. I'm not going to tell you that every video that I do and every comment that I get is so positive and life-giving and encouraging. It's just not real. It's just not true. The positive far outweighs the negative. Samantha is not perfect. I always laugh when people say, man, do you guys deal with infidelity and do you fight now? What do you fight? What is your normal life like when you have difficult moments? What's it about? Oh, it's about parenting. It's about finances. It's about confusion. It's about misinterpretation. It really doesn't at any level talk about infidelity until I do a video that she disagrees with, or until I say something about it that she goes, yeah, that's not right. And I go, okay, well, help me. Yes, Samuel gets defensive. And yes, Samuel thinks he knows more than Samantha some days. Most of the time not. I want to help you understand that early on in repair work, this type of early on is different. I just did a video the other day that I said 3 to 9 months. Today, the first couple years are filled with enormous opportunity to quit. Enormous opportunity to give up. Enormous opportunity to throw in the towel, to quit and give up for very valid reasons. You see, I tricked you there because you probably thought that I was going to say for stupid reasons, for selfish reasons. No, man, there's valid reasons to give up. It's exhausting, it's overwhelming. It's incredibly expensive to find good quality help and care. It's frustrating. It does a number on you mentally and psychologically. It pushes you to a point that you don't know that you've ever been to before, and you don't know that you ever want to go to ever again. It pushes you to places in your soul, chambers, pockets, hallways in your soul that you don't want to go to. And I know about those hallways, okay? I've had to revisit some hallways in my soul that I despise, that I would run from. And in all honesty, I've ran from a few hallways for a long time. Through the gracious help of a therapist, I had to revisit some of those hallways. And in those hallways, I had to confront some things that happened to me. I had to confront some pain. I had to confront some memories that I can only describe it this way. And I described it this way to my therapist at the time, is I felt like I was in a room and my soul was being shaken inside of me. And it required a vulnerability that I've only experienced 2 or 3 times. They've all been with Rick or with the therapist that I had seen working through childhood trauma. When you revisit those hallways, it requires an expert. It requires someone you trust. It requires someone that doesn't have an agenda, and it requires someone that you're willing to follow. And those people are few and far between, but they're out there. I've tried and will always try and be that person in video form. My simple appeal to you today is that you would keep going anyway. There are times where it's so frustrating you want to give up. You want to give up on yourself. Let's be honest, you want to give up on your kids at times. You want to give up on your spouse, certainly. You want to give up on your therapist. I'm sure I've said something that makes you want to give up on me and never come back, and I get it. But there comes an understanding that you keep going anyway. So a while ago, I was answering some comments on YouTube, and I was really struggling with just, man, is this working? Is this good? Should I do this? What's going on? And I received an incredible comment from a woman in another country. I won't go into it, but she was very kind, very gracious, very thankful. And then at the end, she just said two words that I thought really struck me. She said, Samuel, a lot of wonderful things, and then she said, keep going. And I've lived that way for the last 14, 15 years, but when she said that to me, it just hit me. Because some days you just want to quit. And I know right where you're at. There's days you want to quit, even on yourself. You just think, man, I'm not worth it. Like, I'm not worth it. My healing isn't worth it. This so-called peace and healing and hope that's going to one day come, it's not worth it. I'm tired. I want to quit. I hope that when you feel that way, you'll keep going anyway. It's okay. You do need days off, and you do need to rest, and you do need to disconnect. And some days, man, you just don't have it. And you go, I don't want to read. I don't want to watch a video. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do boot camp. I just kind of want to sulk, or I just want to rest. I just want to sleep. Absolutely. But on the other days, where you feel a tendency or desire or encouragement or support to quit and give up, I hope, I pray that you would keep going anyway. Life is always worth the struggle. There's too many stories. There's too many examples. There's too many movies. There's too many stories of redemption to think that life is not worth your effort. I'm not talking about your marriage today. I just want to talk about you. I want to implore you to keep going anyway, especially you that are in different countries that have no professional help or can't get to it, or are in remote areas where the internet kind of sucks and you are barely able to get videos, and to try and do something like an online course or what have you due to the time change and the incredible difficulty of that. I know it's tough. Keep going anyway. To you that continue to see your spouse act out and struggle, I know. And there comes a point where you regretfully have to file, or regretfully have to do a separation, or regretfully have to go to drastic efforts to just protect yourself and maybe even protect the kids. That doesn't mean it's over. It means that you have to keep going anyway. Life is always worth your just excruciating efforts to stay alive, to get healthy and to stay healthy, maybe to stay free from an addiction, or to stay free from acting out, or stay free from another affair. Your life is always worth it. It's always worth the effort. What happens is right now you're in such a dark hallway that you wonder, is it worth it? Is it worth it to keep going, Samuel? I promise you it will. I don't know what will happen with your marriage. I don't know what will happen with your kids or your kids' struggles. But I know that you're going to get through this dark tunnel if you keep going. And you'll look back one day and go, you were right. You were right. My life now was worth the struggles then. I don't know when that now is going to come. But when you are in the middle of the journey, like you are right now, I hope, I pray, I appeal to you to keep going. You see, my friends, repair work, recovery work, restoration is all about rising again and again, getting back up. No matter how good your therapist is, no matter how much money you spend, I don't care if you see the best in the entire country at recovery from infidelity, you're going to have to get back up time and time again, whether you're unfaithful or whether you're betrayed. So keep going and get back up today.